everyone, I'm Megan Avery, and welcome to Boss FM Now, where you know you can always count on Boss FM to deliver the latest and greatest in pop culture, politics, and whatever is buzzing in the streets. We do it for the culture.
That's right, Megan. Because we know you have your phone in your hand, we need you to go ahead and download the Boss FM app and go to your app store and follow us on Boss FM Radio on all social media platforms so that you can stay connected.
Today we've got David with some more rapid fire, some piping hot tea with Rebecca, Scarlett Johansson's most recent interview, and so much more. So let's get into it. There has been another lawsuit related to the election. Dominion Voting System is suing Fox News for defamation. Dominion claims that Fox News perpetuated lies that harm their business and their reputation. This is just one of Fox News' defamation lawsuits. There could potentially be two in the works as of this moment. The voting company claims that the news outlet made false claims in order to boost ratings. Dominion has also sued the CEO of MyPillow, Rudy Giuliani, and Sidney Powell.
Honestly, I'm not even surprised about anything that Fox does anymore.
No, me neither. And apparently it goes even worse as to that Fox News anchors were interviewing people from Dominion and then showing clips with completely out of context quotes, all of this crazy stuff. So their lawsuit is pretty valid. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes.
That's ridiculous because I don't even see them as a credible news source anyway.
No, me neither, honestly. Not at this point. Not anymore.
But right now, we've got some new Entertainment Corner with Marianne Palmer. Let's check out the package.
Thank you guys in the studio. For today's Entertainment Corner, we'll be talking about the details surrounding the 2021 NAACP Image Awards, also why fans think that Rihanna should drop a new song, and how Sherri Shepherd feels about the Sharon Osbourne situation. Let's get into it. The 2021 NAACP Awards has already had a stellar lineup of events leading up to its March 27th broadcast. The 52nd annual celebration of Black excellence is taking place live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on BET and available to stream on Paramount+. Anthony Anderson will be back to host for the 8th time, and Arsenio Hall is presenting Eddie Murphy with the NAACP Awards Hall of Fame. Make sure to check it out. Rihanna took to Instagram to commemorate Women's History Month and 5 years of her album Anti, and to credit her team for the amazing work they did on it. While interacting with fans in the comments, Rihanna hinted at dropping a song to celebrate the anniversary. Rihanna's hinted at dropping music in the past, but her massive success with Fenty Beauty and Savage X Fenty have pushed her music in the background. Only time will tell. Sherri Shepherd told Yahoo Entertainment that she wishes there wasn't so much emphasis on Sharon and more on how Sheryl Underwood was treated. The Dish Nation co-host said it crosses a line when you're a grown-up and tell somebody else what they can and cannot do emotionally. She believes that they should clean house at the talk and make Sheryl the moderator. The talk was put on an extended hiatus, but one thing is for sure, Sheryl Underwood has a great friend in Sherri Shepherd. That was your Entertainment Corner with Marianne Palmer.
We are now joined by Marianne Palmer. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing today?
I'm good.
Doing well.
So let us talk about Rihanna because she has been teasing us for a while about this album.
Yeah, she's always teasing us. We never really know if it's true or not, but everyone, especially Twitter, gets up in arms because they're excited no matter what. And I mean, I think we all would love an album from her, but honestly, if she just drops a song, we'd be just as enthralled.
Definitely. I need a work part too. Work,
yeah,
work.
Yeah.
Well, moving right along, thank you, Marianne, for joining us for this quick discussion. But what is this I hear about the Miami Heat, Rebecca?
The Miami Heat is opening a new brand of VIP seating for a select group of fans who want to watch the game at the American Airlines Arena. Starting April 1st, fans will, with proof of federal Centers for the Disease Control and Prevention that they got a shot at least 14 days prior to the game, will be allowed to enter the arena through a separate gate, given vaccine-verified wristbands and directed to these primo seats. So in a statement from the team, The Heat have allocated 2 sections in the lower level to fully vaccinated fans. These seats will be located in sections 117 and 118, and the pods of the seats will be separated by just 1 seat. Guests seating within 30 feet of the court in the vaccinated fan sections will be required to undergo an on-site rapid test at the arena prior to the game and be cleared by the testing provider. And fans sitting further back will not need to undergo the rapid testing or have to get sniffed by stadium-trained COVID-19 detection dogs. But even if you got the vaccine, you still need to wear a face mask.
Wow, honestly, this seems pretty exciting. It's kind of cool to see that we're going back to the new normal. But contributor David Medina has a new episode of A Rapid Fire, so let's go ahead and check that out.
What's up, guys? You guys are now tuned in to Rapid Fire. I'm your host, David Medina with Boss FM Now. Now let's hop into the latest trendy news. Sesame Street will be adding 2 Black Muppets to their cast in an effort to promote racial literacy and teach kids about different skin colors. In the past, Sesame Street has introduced new characters to expand on conversations around inclusiveness and diversity. Wes and Elijah look to be their latest efforts in teaching kids about different people in the world. New York becomes first state to end lawsuit protections for police officers, which basically means police officers will be held liable and responsible for when they break the law. Vanessa Bryant and daughter Natalia recently got new tattoos together, including one for Vanessa that's a tribute to both Kobe and Gianna. On her arm, Vanessa had Mambacita added. Mambacita, of course, is a Kobe-inspired nickname for Gianna. Cuba could be the first Latin American country to make a vaccine. For much of 2020, Cuba kept COVID numbers at incredibly low levels. Earlier this month, Dagmar Garcia Rivera, the research director at the Finley Vaccine Institute in Havana, announced that one of Cuba's 5 vaccine candidates, the Soberana 2, appears to be highly effective and is entering the final stage of clinical trials. A second Cuban candidate called Abdallah has also entered a phase 3 study. That's it for Rapid Fire. I'm your host David Medina with Boss FM Now. Now back to the guys in the studio.
We are now joined by David Medina. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Let us talk about Kobe and Gianna. That whole situation, when it first was reported, everybody was in shambles.
Yeah, for me too, still, like, till this day. I still can't even believe, like, it's real. I mean, we're almost, like, a little over a year past his death, but still, like, I can still think about the whole day. You know, it was a foggy day. It still seems cloudy to me, so it's sad. It's really sad.
Definitely. It was something that impacted a lot of us. I remember sitting there and I was just looking at my phone and then TMZ reported it. I was like, this can't be true. No.
Yeah. Exactly.
Definitely.
That's what
I
I was
also
thinking.
had that same response as well.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, it's good to see New York doing that for, like, you know, cops and stuff. For them to, like, take responsibility, I hope, like, it sets a tone for, like, the rest of America.
Definitely.
Well, thank you so much, David, for joining us again, and we'll see you in just a couple minutes. Scarlett Johansson has been the face of many a controversy. She recently has some more to say regarding this. Let's check out the clip.
Scarlett Johansson is finally laying it out there with her past controversies while jokingly admitting that she has made a career out of it. Speaking to UK magazine The Gentlewoman, the 36-year-old actress makes a joke about her missteps while admitting that there is an embarrassing feeling when the gaffes come out publicly. To have the experience of, wow, I was really off mark there, or I wasn't looking at the big picture, or I was inconsiderate, Johansson told The Gentlewoman. I'm also a person. The actress has, of course, been off the mark a few times and has often had to apologize. In 2017, the actress was accused of whitewashing with a casting in Ghost in the Shell, which was based on a Japanese animated film and many felt should have gone to an Asian actress. I can be reactive, I can be impatient, that doesn't mix that great with self-awareness. She does, however, go on to say that there shouldn't be an expectation to have social or political responsibility. Some people want to, but the idea that you're obliged to because you're in the public eye is unfair. You didn't choose to be a politician, you're an actor. Your job is to reflect our experience to ourselves. Your job is to be a mirror for an audience, to be able to have an empathetic experience through art. That is what your job is.
I'd like to welcome to the studio today David and Marian. So, David and Marian, and Rebecca too, do you guys think Scarlett was being sincere or was she trying to save face in this?
To be honest, she is an actress, so it's hard for me to tell, but I feel like the intentions were in the right place for sure, for the media and for society. So
Yeah, it's interesting that she's talking about this now and not around the times the controversies first started. Maybe she has guilt. I don't really know what the context is now, but I mean, she did take those opportunities, got paid for them. So it's kind of like you're apologizing now. It's like,
Her response sounds very much like damage control to me. I don't think it sounds genuine. Just like you mentioned, David, she is an actress. So anything that she says, I'm going to take with a very small grain of salt, because she knows how to work the emotions and try to make something that she says sound genuine. I feel like if she's been aware of this for years, why is she just now speaking on it now?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you guys know any other controversial works that she has been in? Rebecca, how about you?
The only thing I've ever watched her in is she was with Captain America, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she played Black Widow.
That's the only thing I can really say that I've really watched her in.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't watch the movie Ghost in a Shell, but I always heard that she was supposed to play like an Asian person, and she's not Asian. So like I always knew that was a controversy, and she still did the movie. So I don't know what else she's done.
But this is not the first time in Hollywood where an actress or actor has played a role that's been designed for like someone of a specific racial background, and they played it. And you hear it all the time, where a role where a person was supposed to be, what's a perfect example? Aladdin, where they were supposed to be a different particular background. And so when they did the actual live action of it, people are like, who are these people?
Yeah, and honestly, that's the same with the Avatar movies. Like, it was supposed to be indigenous people, and I think the live action was like full of white people.
Yeah, where were they going?
Yeah,
exactly. It's all about the money at the end of the day. They all got to make a check. But yeah, it should go to the correct roles.
I'm glad you mentioned the money, because in Hollywood, if you look at the discrepancy between Black actresses and white actresses, there's a big gap.
Oh yeah, there has been, and it shows throughout history. It's like in the system.
Definitely.
And then we still have people like Scarlett Johansson, like the other examples that you guys mentioned, where we have white actors going in and playing these roles because they're stars or because they're name brand and people know who they are. And then all the other people of color who should be getting these roles are left to find something else because all the roles meant for them were taken by Scarlett Johansson and other people like her.
Great point.
I hear nothing but church claps.
Do you guys think, how about Marion, do you think that there is anything she can do to redeem herself from this place she has kind of dug herself into?
Well, I mean, it sounds like she has a list of controversies. Like, there's the Ghost in the Shell. There's almost portraying a transgender person. Like, it's the thought process. Why do you assume that you can play this role? You know what I'm trying to say? So the first thing she could do is just to not accept these roles, forfeit the check. Maybe, what is it called? Maybe she should tell the casting director who could be right for that role. And that's all I can really see her doing right now. But she has done some things in the past. I don't really know.
I think the only way it could be real genuine and real authentic is if she actually speaks up without making an announcement about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 100%. Well, thank you two for joining us today, and we'll see you guys in just a little bit.
Anchor Megan Avery has a story for us regarding a Black student forced to take the knee.
The white headmaster of a private school in New York has resigned due to a racial incident. John Hollian instructed 11-year-old Trayson Paul, who was a Black student, to kneel and apologize to his teacher for moving on to an assignment early, according to Trayson's mother. Hollian told Trayson's mother that the method was given to him from a Nigerian father at the school. This man told Hollian it was the African way of apologizing. St. Martin put the headmaster on leave, but he resigned shortly after, and Paul has taken both of her children out of the school at this moment.
And before we move right along, let's get into a sip of tea featuring me. Welcome to Tea with Becca. Grab your cups, take a sip because the tea is here for you. And today we're going to talk about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and how Lifetime is creating a film based off their royal exit. Now the film is going to detail a lot of things that happened while in the palace that ultimately led them to leaving the royal family. Now, when I first heard this, the first thing that came to my mind is they're going to milk this storyline all the way to the bank. Because I am nosy, I'm going to watch this just to see if there's any new details that are released that differ from their interview with Oprah. But what I really want to see is life after the royal family. How are they coping? What are the changes that they've realized? And Prince Harry, you were a royal ever since you were born. I'm pretty sure this is a big adjustment for you as well. That's what I want to hear about. I don't want to keep talking about the same situation. But that's all the tea we have for today. But don't worry, I'll be back next week.
I feel like every other day I am talking about Harry and Meghan Markle. It's just everywhere.
I'm so glad you said that. And I don't want people to think that I'm tired of hearing her storyline because of everything that she went through, especially with all the racial judgment that she went through as well. Even her child, I don't understand how he was going to be dark skinned. But anyway, I'm just tired of always talking about the same thing and a change is not coming. What are we talking about? Why are we fixating on the same thing if the royal family really doesn't even care about them?
Exactly. If we're just bringing it up to talk about it and nothing changes, then what was the point of her working so hard to go on this interview and pushing past all these barriers and fears that she had to share her story?
And I feel like a lot of people don't understand why she did the interview. She's trying to bring light to the entire situation. People keep saying, oh, they just left the royal family and never gave a real explanation as to why.
But they did, and it was a very intricate interview, and honestly, I'm really happy that she did it. But Rebecca, you have our last story for the night, so let's see what you have for us.
So Georgia state troopers arrested Democratic State Representative Park Cannon on Thursday after she knocked on Republican Governor Brian Kemp's State House office door as he signed a controversial elections bill into law in a closed-door ceremony. So video of the incident shows Cannon, who was a lawmaker who also works at the State House, being handcuffed after she knocked on Kemp's door, arguing the transparency of the bill signing was not legitimate, as she was then forcibly removed from the state capitol by two officers and surrounded by more while repeatedly identifying herself as a legislator, as she was placed into a police car. So a flurry of the bill has been introduced and passed by Republican-controlled state legislators to tighten voting laws after former President Donald Trump lost the election. Cannon, who is Black, was charged with 2 misdemeanors under state law: obstruction of law enforcement and preventing or distributing General Assembly, according to the police.
Oh, this story just breaks my heart. She was just trying to do what anyone should be doing, which is just asking for transparency, especially for something as important as this. And not only that, she is a legislator. So the fact that they arrested her and gave her all these misdemeanors and probably did not treat her very well at all is ridiculous.
I think a lot of things that people argue about when it comes to these legislators and lawmakers is just transparency. We're not asking you to just lie to us or just do whatever. Stop what you're doing. Just be transparent about it. If you're going to say we do not want another Democratic president winning, just say that. Be honest. Be truthful.
At least if they were honest, then we'd understand where they were coming from in the first place.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, everyone, that's all for Boss FM Now. Make sure you tune in next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for more of the latest and greatest.
If you'd like to rewatch our shows, as always, they will be available for replay on our Boss FM app and on all our social media platforms. Thanks again for tuning in, everyone. It's Megan Avery.
And Rebecca Eugene.
You guys have a great rest of your weekend.